Hi, I'm Brian Holmes, one of the firearms instructors here at the Bullet Hole. Today we'd like to talk about dry fire. What is dry fire? It's a way of training with your firearm without using real live ammunition. You can do it at home. It's inexpensive. It's actually free. You don't need any fancy tools or accessories, just your firearm, unloaded, empty magazine if you choose. You can even incorporate your holster and draw stroke. But don't confuse drawing the gun and practicing dry fire. They're two separate components. Today we're just going to talk about simply dry fire. I have 3 of my own firearms here with me. They've all been previously checked, but I will show you that they are unloaded and safe. No rounds in the gun or in a magazine. My magazine that I'll be using is completely empty. If I did want to use a round, I would use a training round. It's not a necessity, it just helps keep your firearm from striking on an empty chamber, be it a striker-fired or a hammer-fired gun. Today I have 2 hammer-fired selections and an actual striker-fired firearm to show you the difference. The actual dry fire method isn't going to change, just the operation of the firearm will. So I'm not going to use any of the training rounds. I will insert my empty magazine into my gun, and I'm going to bring the slide forward. So now my firearm is ready for dry fire. If you don't have a target, or you don't want to put a target up on your wall, you can use a Post-it note, you can use a small piece of tape, you can even use what's already there for you, a light fixture. They're always right there. They're about the size of a 3x5 card, and it's right there. It gives you a good sight picture to aim at. So I bring the firearm up like I would if I was actually aiming at a threat, drive it towards the target, and I just work my trigger press slow and methodically all the way through. The gun itself won't recoil because live ammunition is not being used. On a hammer-fired gun, I would simply just reset my hammer. Now I'm ready to simulate single action mode of my double single action pistol. Work this trigger press slow and smooth to the rear. The whole goal of dry fire, keeping your sights aligned on target while your gun goes through the process of ignition. On your striker-fired pistols, you're going to incorporate a little more movement from your master grip because you have to manipulate the slide to reset the striker system. So I'll bring my gun into battery. I do the same principle, press it out just like I would on a target, slow and methodical press the trigger all the way through. Now I can either grip at the front cocking serrations or the rear cocking serrations, reset, reacquire my grip, and press all the way through. Whole goal again, keeping my sights aligned through the entire press. Dry fire again is a method of practicing the fundamentals, keeping your sights aligned, and trigger management. If you can do those really well, you're probably going to strike the target right where you want the round to go. Excellent grip helps. Dry fire, you can really hone on that grip. If you're seeing their sights move, it's probably how you are adjusting your grip or you're gripping while you're pressing the trigger. It's an isolation movement. Let's isolate your trigger finger alone throughout the exercise or throughout the trigger press. If you have any other questions on dry fire, come ask any of the instructors here at the Bullet Hole. Be more than happy to help you. Dry fire is a great way to become an excellent shooter in a short period of time.